Hey everyone, I wanted to try a new thing. Do a analysis of one of my games today that was played in the mini teams. And yeah, this is a game that I played with Siva, who is the tournament organizer. Both of us were on 3 or 4, and both of us were in the same team, but we didn't have a team protect at this point, so we were playing with each other. So yeah, it's funny that we had to play, but it turned out to be a good game, and I wanted to show a few concepts from this game. All right, yeah, let's start with the opening. E4, E5, E5, F4. Yeah, I wanted to play King's Gambit because while this is not the main lane, I like playing King's Gambit because there's a lot of tactical stuff in this. Yeah, E into F4, Knight F3, Knight C6. Knight C6 weak move is a little bit weak in my opinion because it doesn't really threaten anything and it doesn't protect anything. And by the next move, D4, there is no way to actually defend this F4 pawn. Because if you play G5 now, there is D5 followed by Queen D4 onto the rook. I can show the line. G5, D5, wherever the knight goes, let's say here, you can do Queen D4. Now this rook is in trouble. His F6 can't be played because of knight into G5. Yeah, so this doesn't do much, and wisely Siva did not protect the pawn. So he just gave it up. Okay, bishop into pawn, bishop G4. I spent a little bit of time thinking about if I can play bishop C4 directly, but I didn't want to go into the complications of bishop into knight, queen into bishop, knight into D4, possibly. And I just played simple bishop E3. C3 would have been more accurate, but I wanted to give bishop E3 as a shot. Bishop E7, bishop C4. I think here Siva could have played bishop H4 check to do G3, to force my G3 and then go back. But after 0-0, it just looks like a waste of time. There's not anything significant I see at that point. Okay, knight F6, knight C3, 0-0, 0-0. So far, the game went on, as expected, right? Like there is nothing really much. White is just developing the pieces, did the castling, and he got the strong center. I would say this position is plus equal. Note for these positions and for these games, I am not using the computer, as you guys should do. Once you use the computer, your brain stops working. So the theme of all of these analysis games is that I will only analyze these games by myself. I will not going to use a computer until the full analysis is complete, and then verify some of the analysis. I could be wrong. This may not be completely accurate. There may be lines that I miss, but this is original thing, right? Like it gives me a chance to improve on it. Just looking at computer analysis doesn't really give you much. Like you won't remember what it all said. Okay, so knight a5. Yeah, I think this is the first weak move of the game that Siva played. While this attacks the knight, the bishop, I don't see a good follow-up plan here. I know the bishop is active. It looks like something that needs to be eliminated. So, but I would just run back, right? Like I did in the game, bishop d3. Then the knight a5 moves looks rather silly. What is the black's plan here? Okay, he can go back to knight c6, but he just lost it at time. So yeah, I would put a question mark for knight a5. H6. Yeah, this is a weak move. It's not, white is not threatening anything at this point, and creating like a target for white even down the line, even there is nothing appearing right now, is not a good idea. You can take a minute for this, right? So before you make the move, I want to think about what you would have played in this position. White's completely developed, completely king is safe. He needs to start his middle game, right? And you see that knight on a5, which is not doing that good. It's outside the board. And so the plan that I went with, I think is pretty good one. So I played d5. This has two ideas. One, immediately I'm starting with a threat. With the d5, the next threat is b4, and the knight is trapped. So he immediately has to find some way to protect that knight. And another idea here is that I'm creating this d4 square as an outpost for my knight or for my bishop. This is the place where we are going to use, as you will see later in the game too, this is the kind of the pivot point. We use the center square and either go to the queen side or towards the king side. But that's the square that opens up with d5. So he played b6, and I forced the knight to a bad position. b4, knight b7. And remember the move that I said, knight a5, which wasn't that good. You can see that the effect of this, right? The knight on b7 is rather silly piece. It can't even come outside. It takes a lot of time for it to even come outside, right? It's even queen d7, knight d8, but even then, where does it go? It doesn't have a square. Yeah, so this knight is effectively out of the game and actually causes a lot more trouble for black and weaknesses on the black's queen side. So like I said, my idea here is to get to knight to d4 or bishop to d4, and I followed up this with a plan. I played queen d2. Remember the move h6? Yeah, this queen d2 move is kind of threatening h6, but my main idea is to get out of the pin and get this maneuver going. Knight d4, knight c6. Bishop into h6 is a threat at some point, but not right now. But I want to keep that option open. Queen d7, knight d4. Now I effectively killed the option of c5. I think, yeah, even before there's not an option of c5, but now it's like completely gone. The knight is stopping that c5 square. Now we are going to come to bishop b5, and then all of white's queen side is completely, black's queen side is completely holes, and these pieces are going to start annexing them. Yeah, here I think this is a good move, a5. So trying to create some counterplay. White should not play b5 because knight will come to c5, and it's out of the woods, and also it actually has a very nice outpost. So a3 is forced. I actually played bishop b5 first, take the tempo on the queen, and then I played a3. Yeah, so the bishop made few moves, but I think these are all effective moves. Now the bishop on b5 will try to occupy the c6 square or do some other threats there. Bishop d7. So this is the only active piece that black has, and he's exchanging it with one of my okay piece, and I'm happy with that. Thinking back, I think this move bishop c6 is not that good. I should have played something more to get my game going. Maybe knight f5. I thought about it in the game, but I didn't want it even have a chance for the exchanges to be happen. Okay. So after bishop c6, black doesn't have much to do here. There isn't a good plan for him to continue. Maybe knight g4 would have been a good try, but he just captured it. Okay, and I took the tempo. Now this is a very, very strong outpost for this knight. There is a principle in chess which says an outpost is if you add one more point to the piece. Like if let's say this knight is on an outpost, it gets 4 points. But if an outpost is on the 6th rank, it gets 5 points for the piece. So this knight just became 5 points. It's nobody can touch it, and it has a strong support, and there's no opposing, right? So this knight became super strong now.
It's a rook.
Yeah, it became equal to the power of a rook.
That is so awesome, the in-game rook.
Yeah, even he was stronger than this rook, right? And it put a threat on this one right now. Okay, So he did rook e8. I think he should have played queen d7. Supporting with the rook was not a good idea, as you can see in the game. Here I thought a long time about this sacrifice, bishop into h6. While I like it and I think there is potential for this, but I didn't see all the pieces coming together yet. I need something else.
I see all those deep thoughts you could have thought.
Yeah, you could have thought in the same. Yeah, here I spend a lot of time, as you can see. You can see here, where is the time view? Show charts. What
I
chart?
sometimes start to feel like I'm talking a bit like Ron.
Yeah, you guys, max analysis. No, there is a way to see this time, but I remember spending about 3 or 4 minutes here, thinking about how to follow up.
Normal, when the game is playing.
Okay, this is my recording.
Okay.
If you want to ask questions, you have to be in the recording. Okay, but eventually I played the move bishop d4. Remember in the Sankalp, if you want to, I have to pass. So rook e8. He's using his piece, but as you can see, I played bishop d4 and trying to again attack on the king side now. Like I said before, this knight on being on c6 and this d4 square, it's in the center. We have the complete control of center, and we are able to
59 points.
getting anywhere on the board. Okay, he understandably threatened to exchange the knight, but that's not a good move because he's losing the pawn here.
Nana, can I go here?
No.
Aww.
Knight into bishop, rook into, and here
Oh, no.
a lot of people would have just played bishop into pawn, bishop into knight, pawn into and take the rook into pawn. And this pawn is also weak, and likely that pawn will finish off, and the game will be done like that. But I wanted to play a little bit more funny. What do you think I should play? I play. Okay, you're not telling. I'll tell you the move. This game is called the rook that wants to die. The rook that wants to die captured the knight.
Oh, wow.
Because in this position, this rook is actually more powerful.
Wait, go back. It needs to go down.
That's okay, Nana. That I'm not. Like I said, we don't care about computers evaluation.
We do care about computers.
I don't. I will do it after the game. It's fine. This rook wants to die. If pawn into bishop into pawn, and then okay, let's see that variation. This is what I was thinking for some time. There is no way for this rook to attack this. If he goes back, queen into pawn, queen comes to here. Can anybody find the checkmate?
There's not.
Yeah, tell me. Queen h8 checkmate. Yeah. So that's not it. So let's say they do a reverse sacrifice. I don't care about the rook. I just want to get the pawn, and there is no way that you can stop the checkmate on g7 and the checkmate on h8. So I don't see a defense here. So Siva said, okay, I'm gonna give up the piece, and he played h5. But I thought, oh, what? I got a piece. I can just come back here, and next move come back to here, and then when try to exchange the pieces, please. Okay. Okay, because you saw it. Yeah, remember, folks, this is a game in which this rook wants to die. This is like it decides. It's like, called.
I wanna die. I wanna die.
It's called a desperado rook.
What? Oh yeah.
If you capture, if black captures, queen into, and again the same problem as before. There is no defense for g7 and h8. I think here they could play f6, but still queen into pawn, rook attack, and the checkmate threat here. I don't see a good defense here. Rook comes here, queen check, king comes here, queen into rook, h7, and then followed by rook f1 check. Yeah, I thought about this for a little bit of time, and I thought, okay, I'm definitely going to win this. So I played rook h6.
Did you win this game?
I did see queen to g4, but I have a plan for this.
I'm pretty sure you won, but did you win this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Remember, this is a rook that wants to die. Do you think I should just put the rook check here now?
I'm pretty sure yes.
King into queen check. King goes to g8. What happens? What?
I do not know. I do not know. I do not know. I do not know.
Queen into g7 checkmate?
I do not know. Queen into G7 checkmate.
Yeah,
I do not know.
that's-
Queen into G7. Wait, I do not know. Queen into
Okay.
G7 checkmate.
That's why I did a technique here. I made the queen go away from this support of the g7 pawn.
Okay, I do not. Okay.
h3. Now the queen, there is no square for the queen to keep on protecting this other than g3. Then I attacked one more time. Knight e2. Like, okay, where can the queen go? Where can the queen go? Where can the queen go? He went to here. Now comes the tactic.
Down comes the what now? Tactic or what trick?
What tactic? Okay, do you know checkmate?
Let's see. Desperado 55.
Okay, tell me, Lana. All right.
I'm 55.
Okay, I'm. If you don't know, I'm gonna put the answer.
Okay.
Okay. See, this is the rook finally got its wish. It wants to die. It's dead now.
Okay.
There's no way. King moves.
Okay.
Queen check. King moves. Do you see the checkmate now?
Yes. I do not.
Queen into g7. Checkmate.
Okay.
Yep.
Yes.
That's it. The rook finally got its wish, and then it got the checkmate.
I do not know. Okay.
For how many moves the rook is hanging? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Five moves consequently. The rook is hanging, and then it got its wish in the sixth move. There is no way for black to avoid it, and then check and checkmate. Yep, that's our video, folks. Talk to you later next time. Bye.